Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we are going to explain how to drill this. This is quartz, but it's the same technique that you use if you are using granite, if you're trying to drill through granite or marble or anything else that's a really hard, solid surface, especially one that's a little thicker like this. What we're going to use is just the tools you see here. So let's give you 2 seconds of background. We bought this incredibly cheap tap. By the way, everything I'm about to say is completely unsponsored. Nobody's given us any product. Nobody's given us any kickbacks. There's no money. So if you like the video, thumbs up would certainly be appreciated. Anyway, this tap, we'll put a link to the top right hand corner, came in at about $100 Canadian, so about, let's call it $70 US, about as cheap as you can get for a touchless tap. Pretty cool. And it was nothing to install. However, it did come with a soap bottle, and I really like soap bottles because I hate this. I do not want this crap sitting around on my countertop gumming it up. The problem, as you can see though, is we don't have a hole for that. So what are you gonna do? Well, these are the tools you need to fix that. First thing you need, measuring tape. Second thing you need, a pen to mark it out. Third thing you need is a high-speed drill. Just a good quality drill is fine, nothing particularly special. And a drill bit. Now this bit we bought off Amazon for about, I think it was like $17 Canadian, something like that. So I don't know, 12, 13 US, something like that. The key when buying a drill bit, in this case this is a hole saw, if you haven't figured that out, because that's what we have to drill as a hole, so I shouldn't call it a bit. But the key to buying this is that you don't buy the cheapest thing out there. If you get this wrong, you can crack your granite or your quartz or whatever else, and then you got garbage, and that turns into a really expensive repair. So don't do that, buy a decent one. Now I haven't done this a million times, but I've done it a few times. And I can't recall where in the past, but I know I've used this company before. This is Dkibbith, I guess is how you pronounce it. I don't recall all the detail, but I recall thinking I liked the product. So let's unbox this drill bit. So we take it out. Oh, it's one of these with this plastic sort of condom on it. If I recall, yeah, you just pull it apart. There you go. Try not to drop it in your sink. Not the best idea. And this comes with the bit as well. And you can see here, it's a diamond tipped drill bit, but not just the tip. It actually is, I don't know, ½ an inch, because you got to drill through the thickness of this stuff. And you don't want to do that with just something that's just at the tip. So let's assemble it. The next thing we need to do is measure. This is obviously an under counter sink. You want to avoid drilling into the stainless steel. It's not a crisis if you touch it, but it's not the best idea. So you want to make sure that your back at least is, well, not at least, you want to make sure your back off the sink as far as that tap goes. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it to center, and that is 2 inches from center. And I can tell you that the flange on this under counter sink is about 1.25 inches. So we're going to be okay with that. And then we have to figure out where to put it. This side has a garburator. I freaking hate carburetors, so I'm not using it. I just, as you can see, I use it for drying dishes. So I'm gonna put it on this side where this is the sink I actually use. Halfway between these. I want it so it doesn't hit anything, so it's not really in the way, but I want it to look like it was here originally. So how am I gonna do that? Well, once again, measure. So it's 2 inches back, we know that, and center to center here is 14 inches. So I want to do this at 7 inches. So somewhere around here. And you might say, you're using a pen on your granite? Yeah, because it just comes off. You could use a Sharpie because you're going to drill it out, but I'm not going to. Okay, so there's my center, more or less. And now I'm going to mark it here, 2 inches back. Yeah, I would have been off if I had eyeballed that. I would have been off a bit. Okay, so that's my center. And then you have to figure out how big your hole needs to be to buy your hole saw, right? Your drill bit. And that's easy to do. Take measuring tape, measure the diameter. In this case, it's 1 inch. So I bought a 1 1/8 inch hole saw. Well, there's several ways to do this. We're going to do it freehand. And that's the way almost all of these are done by professionals. And you think, I'm not a professional, I can't do it. Yeah, you can. We'll show you. You start at an angle and you just tip it in. So it's not that hard. You can do it. You do not need to hire somebody for this. You don't need to go buy a jig, which is another way to do it. You can do it yourself with the freehand technique. It's not hard. Let's take our soap dispenser, pop it down in the middle, and mark around it. And you can see there, that's it, boys and girls. That means that's going to go in and out, no problem. It's not going to get caught. It's not going to damage the threads. and it's still underneath this flange. So that's the right size. Okay, now the next thing you need to know is about heat, and this is a big deal. Basically, this is going to get crazy hot, and when it gets hot, that heat's going to get transferred into the stone. That's not a good thing because you're going to have heat differentials, and that can cause cracking. Cracking is, yeah, that's correct, not good. How do you fix that? Well, the answer is you make sure it's wet. And you also don't push very hard. You let the bit do the work. It's not your muscles. You let the bit do the work. You back it off a lot and let the dust come out. The problem is, how do you get water on here? Well, you can, just turn the water on and do that every once in a while, and that will work. Probably the more common thing for people that do this frequently is just carry around some putty and just put some putty around it and then fill it with water as if it's a well. I'm out of putty right now, which is a bit annoying, but I am. So what am I going to do? Well, I could stop, like I said, and just put water on it. I'm going to use some of this crappy soap. This is really thick, and it's not going to be perfect at all, but it will help keep this with some water. I'll stop every once in a while and put more water in it. This is not a good solution, but it's a quick solution, and it will hold for a while. And you can put some water in there. Boom, there we go. Next thing, the drill. Make sure your drill's on high speed. So if you've got a slow speed and a high speed, make sure it's on high. Make sure you're on full torque, and I've got to remove that bit and then put this one in. What you need to do is start on an angle, and you want to make sure that you're braced because this is going to want to dance around, and if it dances around, it's going to be a problem. So what you do is get yourself at a nice angle, and again, keep yourself supported. Put this down and just start drilling, and then you tip it up into the hole. Does that make sense? All right, let's do it. Now rock it around and pour water on that. There we go. You don't have to stop this many times to put the water in it, but I'm doing it just to keep it nice and cool, mostly because this is on video. Done. Hoo-yah! Wash off your bit, cool the hole, and make sure that you realize that's all dripping in there and you have to wipe it up now. There we go. I'd much rather have that than that. That looks like hell. So let's make sure it works because it's a big question. Oh no, it's not working. Now you got to prime it. You got to get the soap through it. There it is. Pretty cool. Hey, if you like this video, please give us the big thumbs up if you found it useful. We'd super appreciate it. If you have any questions or concerns, you can get a hold of us directly at www.urtech.ca. That's www.urtech.ca. Or you can leave a question or comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody has an opinion. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.